So I just want to start off by saying that this thing is actually a brilliant device. It's thin, light, powerful, extremely versatile. I use it pretty much every day. So let's start off with why it keeps up in 2026. Well, obviously first up, it's got the M series of chip in it, so it's an M1 chip. The M1 chips, man, they are so powerful. Like the M1, which is in this iPad, is, it's got all the AI capabilities that Apple offers, and anything you throw at the iPad, really. I mean, in the new iPads, it's ridiculous how powerful of the chips they're putting in the iPads. I mean, you've probably heard a lot of people say online that the chip is limited by the software, right? You could do so much more with it if it had a max kind of software, but it's on iPad OS, so it's obviously not going to be able to maximize the raw performance of the chip itself. That's kind of why it keeps up in terms of the internals. Externally as well, I mean, this iPad is literally the same design as the new ones that they offer currently. So that's kind of it, really. I mean, internally and externally, this iPad is going to keep up with the current models, so you won't have any complaints there. Let's move on to some use cases, kind of what I specifically use my iPad for. So like I said in the intro, I use it every single day for university. So I'm taking lecture notes, I am annotating slides, I'll use it to plan my days sometimes. Well, actually pretty much every day. I absolutely love the fact that the iPad comes with a pencil, and it's kind of why I own both computers, like a Mac and a Mac Mini, but then I also own an iPad, because having that flexibility of being able to write or just touch a screen, it enables so much more creativity, and it kind of streamlines your workflow a lot more. Another thing that I love about the iPad in general, and this is kind of a broader point, and it's not specific to this model, it's just the integration with the Apple ecosystem and how it flows so well with Mac. I mean, like, I have this note-taking app called Craft, right? And I'll take notes on my MacBook, I'll type them up, and then what I can do is open the app on my iPad, and it honestly, it syncs so quick within a matter of like seconds. I can put a sketch in if it's something that needs to be handwritten, updates instantly. It's honestly amazing. That's just one of the things that I'm quite passionate about when it comes to use cases. But this was one of the first few generations of like the new gen that Apple introduced. I mean, M1 chip, got this form factor, the no home button, all of that kind of stuff. I mean, that hasn't really changed over the last 4 years. So like I said in why it still keeps up, it's basically the same. I mean, the only upgrades are kind of probably battery life a little bit, chip. Other than that, there's no real differences. So that's kind of helps us move on to why it might still be worth buying in 2026. I've got a few points here from the little bit of research that I did. So £270 to £300 refurbished you can get this for at the time I checked, and that's on back market. So I'm sure on a bunch of different websites you might even find it cheaper. I mean, even still, 300 quid is quite a steal for like a model like this, which, like I said, is pretty much the same as the new models, just with a different chipset. The Apple Pencil 2nd generation, this one here is probably 50 quid refurbished, and then if you were to buy a USB-C Apple Pencil, the new pencil, that's actually more expensive. That's 70 quid brand new, and you get a lot less functionality out of it, and you still get 2 solid years of updates left on this thing. So I mean, I assume they're going to stop updates in 2028, something like that, maybe 2027, but I still reckon you'll get a solid 2 years. If you're not super techie and you don't care about having the latest update, then you could probably even keep the iPad for 3 years, 4 years, If you're on a budget, honestly, this is not a bad option whatsoever. Let's talk about some downsides and some long-term issues that I face with the iPad personally. There are 2 things that stood out to me when I was evaluating this. The first one I'm going to talk about is kind of battery life on this thing is not great, I'm not going to lie. Like I said, all my reviews are going to be transparent. I found even when I bought the iPad, the battery life didn't blow me out of the water. It lasted all day. It was good enough, but it wasn't absolutely amazing, right? And I found that obviously over these 4 years, the battery life will have inevitably degraded. And I find that now I have to charge it twice a day. I mean, I was doing work today, probably did about 2 hours, and it was already down to like 50%. And then by the end of my last tutorial at 2, it was like down to fucking 20%. I mean, it's at 14% right now, so it doesn't really last that long anymore. But I think with a new battery in it, you know, it's more than enough for a lot of people. I mean, for me, I'm using it literally all the time. I'm writing stuff constantly. It won't be a huge issue for a lot of people. The second point I want to mention is storage, right? This, again, won't be an issue for a lot of people, even less so than battery life. But I went with the base model at the time, the 64GB model, and I don't think that was enough. For the average person, you will want to install games on this. You will want to do more things than I do personally on it. I mean, this iPad is literally used for work purposes only, pretty much. I have all the optimized settings for storage, and I'm like 5 gigs away from the maxing it out. So that says a lot in itself. I would, if you can afford the extra, I don't know how much money it will be, probably not much at all. If you can afford paying slightly extra for a higher storage model, I would definitely do that. That is 100% worth it. I mean, the base model iPad Pro that's on Apple's website to buy brand new is 256GB. So that's so much more than what they offered in 4 years ago. Definitely upgrade the storage. This is the big question, is it worth it in 2026? And I do think it is worth it. I think for the price, it is well valued. And I think that you will really enjoy using this thing. I enjoy using it so much every day. Like I said, the only real gripe I have with it is the battery life, if we're being picky. But other than that, there is nothing wrong with this thing. I mean, me personally, I will upgrade within the next year or two. But for a lot of people, they won't need to. They'll enjoy this thing loads. So yeah, honestly, 100% recommend this in 2026. And the Apple ecosystem actually makes it kind of feel way less dated. I mean, the fact that you can integrate everything so seamlessly, even on a 4-year-old model. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is like a new kind of format. I really want to get into YouTube. It's like my passion, filming videos. I love tech as well. I love gym, like it says it in my bio. I love all this stuff. I love talking about it, and I love filming and editing. So, you know, if that sounds good, then drop a sub. I'm going to try and be releasing a lot more in the coming months, definitely over summer as well. So if that sounds good to you, like I said, drop a sub, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.